Good afternoon, a pleasant welcome. I hope you're having yourself an amazing day. This is Ananjala McGill, and you are watching the program Let's Talk Taplas TV. We bring you program of information, education, entertainment, and world spiritual guidance. Again, I'm always here because of you guys. Yeah, this is what we do. It's all about what we do here. And the program Let's Talk is an hour interactive program. You do the talking, I also do the talking. And how can you do the talking? Is leaving your comments in the comment section. Definitely going to read them out. I see them. I see the messages. I see everything, and I appreciate it. Like I said, this is the reason what I do. And so today we're gonna be discussing every time I say topic dearest to my heart. And this has just made me realize how much of good topics we have to learn, how much of good things we have to impart in society, and how we can help each other grow. So this program is not just for viewers, it's also for me too. Yeah, it's also for me because it gives me the privilege to know new things, to learn, and just to be a better version of myself. In as much as I'm imparting knowledge myself, I'm receiving knowledge. So it's win. Yeah, so like I always say, a winner never quits and a quitter never wins. Never too late, never too early to make a U-turn in your life. As long as you are alive, you have hope to do what you didn't do in the past. You can still do it. No quitting. A winner never quits and a quitter never wins. So today we're gonna be talking about how to set goals and be productive. Setting goal is one thing, but being productive is another thing. You can have a plan. How you implement the plan is what makes it a really good plan or a genuine plan, right? So today we're gonna be talking about goal setting and productivity, how to be productive when you set a goal, what are some of the things you should expect. And after this short break, I'll be right back to go deep into our topic on our discussion. Welcome back. I hope you're having yourself an amazing time with this lovely Wednesday. If you're just watching, this is the program Let's Talk. I'm Ananjala McGill on Tablas TV. We are here for everyone. We bring you program of information, education, entertainment, and world spiritual guidance. So today we're gonna be discussing setting goals, goal setting, how do you set goals, and how do you become productive. Firstly, I always say before you understand something, you should understand what the thing is all about. So, firstly, goal is a specific desire or come that you set out to achieve. Something you hope to achieve that you set, that you envisioned is goal. Something you want to achieve that you have set aside that as you achieve this thing is goal. And we talk about productivity, we talk about the measure of how efficient you create the outcome or input or output, right? How efficient you create, the measure you use to get your goal accomplished is productivity. Goals provide a direction. Goal is like a direction to what you want to do. So you have to set a direction to what you want to do. And productivity is the metric for how well you are progressing towards this goal, how well you are implementing this goal. That's what we're talking about productivity. And there is a relationship between goals and productivity. It does not function alone. For you to have a goal, for you to be productive, you should have a goal. Goals define productivity. You cannot measure productivity without having a goal or having a goal mindset. You cannot do it. You can be productive when you don't have a goal. When you are not having something in mind, right? You cannot be productive. You have to get a goal in order to be productive. So Without a goal, you cannot be productive. Like I said, a goal set a benchmark for what productivity brings, for what productivity is given. So you have to set a benchmark, and the benchmark is the goal. So when you achieve the goal, you become productive. So productivity is an achievement of goals. So you see the relationship is, it works in line. For you to be productive, you have to set a goal. For you to accomplish your goals, you have to be productive. You have to focus on productivity. You have to focus on measures. You have to focus on things that will align your goal. You have to focus on things that will bring results to your goals. We all have different goals. My goals cannot be your goals. Everything you set your mind to do, everything you hope to do, everything you hope to achieve, they are your goals. Some people goals in life to graduate from school. Some people goals in life to build house. But whatever your goal might be, there are steps into achieving those goals, into being productive. There are steps to do so. I think most of us, when we were in school, we learned about the SMART goal methods, right? We heard about the SMART method, the SMART, the SMART method. So the S stand for specific. You cannot implement or want to implement a goal or have a goal set and you are not specific. You are not specific. You cannot do so. You have to be specific of what you want to accomplish. You have to ask yourself what needs to be done and what are the steps to do them. You have to be specific. You have to get something. Oh, let me focus on this thing. I want to build a house. You just can say, oh, I want to build. What do you want to build? You not say, oh, I want to go to school. Which school? What you want to do in school? What does it need for you to go to school? What are some of the things you need for you to achieve this thing? You have to be specific. And the other thing is SMART is measurable. Measurable. Create a way to track your progress. Create a way to track your progress, right? So you have to be measurable. Instead of you saying, oh, I want to build a big house. I want to lose weight. Oh, I want to lose 5 kg in July of 2020, July past, right? July of 2026. I want to lose weight. Don't just say I want to lose weight and just leave it that. You have to be, like I said, specific, measurable. I want to lose weight in 2026 of July. I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to lose 4 pounds. Then you are being specific, you are being measurable. You are measuring what the things you want to achieve within the time frame, right? So we talk about achievable. You know, some of the times we set goals that we ourselves believe that it might not be achievable. You know, most of the time you say, oh, anything I put my mind to do, I can do it. But let's face the reality. Let your goal be achievable. Know that you can achieve this goal no matter what may come your way. Ensure your goal is realistic and within your capabilities. In your capabilities. Know that you are capable of accomplishing your goals. Do not just set your mind to do something that you know within yourself, in your inner self, right? Inner light. In your inner self. You don't have the ability. You don't have the capability to do so. You don't have the capacity to do so. It's all because we have to set goals. Let your goals be achievable. Let your goals be relevant. Not because Paul set goals Oh, I want to build a house next year. And you may repeat it too. Oh, okay, St. Paul is building a house next year. I too want to build a house next year. No, let your goals that you set be relevant. Your goals should align with your values and your broader objectives. Let it align with what you believe in. If you don't believe in beauty, if you don't believe in journalism, why will you set a goal towards that? Let align with your values. Let your goals align with your belief. Meaning, let your goal go in line with what you believe. Right? Let your goal goes in line with what you believe. Like I said, we all learned about the SMART goal, the SMART. We all learned about that. So we have the time bound. Most of the times, you just leave things open. When you leave plans open, you are not really doing better for yourself. You are not really checking yourself because there is no accountability. You say, oh, I will do this thing. So every time you want to do it, you say, oh, okay, I still have time. But if you set a time bound, you set a time limit to what you want to do, you will make sure that you want to do it within the time limit. So in order to achieve a better goal or to be productive, in setting goals, you have to be time conscious. Most of us are not. You have to set a time bound, a timer. Let's just say in our own way, a timer, an alarm. You have to set that. Make it to be something of urgency. Stop procrastination. When you don't set a time bound, you are always procrastinating. Procrastination means delay, not wanting to do it because you feel you have time in your favor. Oh, I will do this. Oh, I will do that. Oh, I will do this another time. Oh, I will do that. So these are the things you need to know in setting goals. You have to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant. Others may say realistic. Realistic enough to know that tomorrow I can just wake up today and say, oh, I set this goal, tomorrow I will travel when I don't even have a passport, when I didn't play TV, I don't have someone sending for me. It's not realistic enough. That's not setting goals. So in order to know that you are setting goals to achieve them, you have to be realistic. You have to be specific. Have a time bound. Have a time limit. Measure all of the things you want to do. When you don't set goals in life, so you don't really go with the flow. You don't go with being productive. You see people who are productive today because they set goals. And others might say, we Christian, we say, we plan and God plan. That's true. But should you take away the fact that we are to plan, we are to set goals? So setting goals is all about planning what you want to do. In the next 5 years, I want to do this. How can you do this? In the next 5 years, I want to do this, I want to do that. You have to be specific. Or in the next 5 years, I want to build this place. I want to build this place. I want to build this place. That's your dream. But are you realistic enough to achieve those things in the 5 years? That's the question. That's the question. You have to be specific. And in setting goal, one thing we forget about physical and mental health. We forget about physical and mental health. It's very important in setting goals. You have to be physically fit before you achieve the things you want to achieve. You have to be mentally ready before you achieve the things you want to achieve. So you cannot take your physical well-being apart. You cannot take your mental well-being apart in order to be productive. It comes with being productive. It comes with setting goals. You have to be strong physically. You have to be strong mentally. Scared can be, oh, I'm okay in my body. I need to exercise. I need to relax. I need to eat. I need to do this. I need to do that. When it comes to mental health, you have to be ready mentally, psychologically. Okay, this thing I'm setting my mind to do, it's not something that is easy. It's not something that will just come in the twinkle of an eye. But am I ready mentally to do it? You have to ask yourself all of these questions in setting goals. To have plans, they are not bad. To have your goals set up, they are not bad. But what is bad is you setting those goals and not achieving any of them. What's the essence? Most of us we do every new year. When the year comes, we are saying things that are not realistic enough. We are saying things that won't or does not really align with our beliefs, our values. We are just saying it because everybody's saying it. Um, Before I used to wake up and say, "Oh, I will do this. I will do this." I would just say it. Was I setting goals? No, I was just saying it because I wasn't taking into consideration the SMART method, the SMART. I wasn't taking into consideration that. And to set a good goal and to be productive, you have to put into consideration. You have to consider the SMART method. Specific, measurable, realistic enough. Have a time limit. Most of the times we say there are no limits to what you can do, but it doesn't mean that you cannot set a time limit to what you want to do. To achieve goals, there should be time limit. Track your time. Okay, next year, time to build a house. So how can I do this? Maybe starting of January to December, the whole of next year I want to use that to build the foundation. Many a times we feel like when we set bigger goals with a little time limit, then we are pushing ourselves way. That means that we have a good goal. We will accomplish the goals. No, you can break your goals down into large smaller parts. You move on your own timing. Most of us we set goals, we say we want to do things not because we actually want to do them, it's because we see people doing them. You are not being fair to yourself. You have to set a goal, or you have to set goals that you know that align with your value, your beliefs. You are capable of achieving everything you set your mind to do. There is no magic. There's no magic in being productive. It comes with things. It comes with a lot of things you putting work into doing. So you cannot just sit and say, "Oh, I'm productive. Oh, I will be productive." How can you be productive? It's not like I'm on a series of I think I have found a new path imparting. There are times like I will come and just talk about maybe broad things, but I have realized that majority of us, including myself, that's why I said prior to now that I'm still in the learning process, and because of this program, it gives me the opportunity to know things that I didn't know. So it's not all about you, it's also about me because it gives me the privilege, it gives me the opportunity to learn. All of these things I be saying here, I'm not saying it from my brain. I had to do research. I had to read about them. It just come. The thing about it is, for me, I sit and think, what can I talk about? What people are facing? What are the problems people are facing? Am I just talking about the problems? No, I want to give solutions to problems. I want to give solutions to problems. I don't want to say, oh, you setting go set your goal, do the one. But how can you do that? Is the question. For every time you give problem, for every time you discover a problem, discover solutions to the problem. So this is a learning curve for all of us, and I'm so privileged, I'm so opportune to be the one seated here. I have this thing many a times that people will call me, people will text me, oh, you didn't know how impactful what you said was in my life. And I'm grateful, right? I'm very, very grateful. So today we are talking about setting goals. We are definitely talking. And you might be wondering, what do I say we all of the time? Because I know too you are following and you are retrospecting on the things you have done or the things you will do. You are concentrating, you are directing everything you are doing it. So we are both doing the talking. You do the talking, I do the talking, retrospect, take your time, go back, listen, do research on everything that I say. We are in a technology world. It's so easy. So yeah, so you have, like I said, you have to set goals with the SMART method. Be specific, be measurable, let your goal be achievable, let your goal be relevant or realistic enough that you can be productive within everything you do. Have a time bomb, right? So strategies for productivity, like I said, I'm not always here to tell you the problems or to find the problems. I'm here to tell you, I'm here to give you the solutions. You might not take all, but you can take some. You can do your own research to have some. So strategies of being productive, right? Strategies of being productive or strategies for productivity. You can be productive and you can have productivity, you can achieve productivity. So you have to make your goals your priority. You have to prioritize your goal in order to be productive. You cannot just set a goal because you want to set a goal. You have to prioritize that goal you set or those goals you set. You have to prioritize them. Focus on few key goals. Don't just set a bunch of goals. Oh, tomorrow I will build house. Next year I will buy car. This one I will and you are not being realistic enough. So you have to prioritize. Focus on key goals at a time rather than just trying to do everything. And this is the mistakes most of us make. I made that mistake. I made the same mistake over and over and over again. I felt like I'm strong, I'm capable enough to do everything I want to do. And you found that you are not being productive because you try to do everything you think is necessary to be done. Prioritize. Focus on a few key goals, the main ones, the most important ones. You have not done one yet and you have already established 100. Do two first. Work in the two. And know that if I achieve these things, then I know I can achieve a lot more. Break it down. Divide your big goals into smaller ones. I said it. Break your goals down. To be productive, you have to break your goals down. You can't do all at once. Break them down into smaller goals, into smaller ones, more manageable. You have to break them down to make them more manageable, to not feel overwhelmed, Do not feel pressured. Do not feel like you are not there. You are not doing anything. You know when you have when you're thinking, your mind is so large, your ideas, you have not find something particular to do, you become overwhelmed and you can lack being productive. So break your goals down. Break the bigger goals into smaller ones. Okay, I want to build a house. I don't know why I'm giving an example about house. But okay, I want to build a house. But let me break it down. Maybe 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I can do the foundation. Say seven after the 5 months I rest. 2, 3 months I go back to doing the casting, the roofing. Break them down into smaller parts. Do not feel overwhelmed. Time block. Allocate specific time in your schedule for your tasks to create a structured routine. Time block. Allocate specific. Like I was saying, be specific. In 2 hours time, I will do this. Make sure you do it in 2 hour time. Review regularly. To be productive, you have to review regularly. Review your goals. Check your progress weekly. Check the things that you have accomplished. Okay, I want to do this in the next 3 months. But after 2 weeks, check what you have done. Check the things that you have done. And not just leaving it. Or since I want to do this thing in the next 3 months, I want to check after 3 months. No. Check. After a week, check. Okay, even though it's 3 months, but what have I done in this week? You have to work every time when you set a goals in order to be productive. It might not seem like it's working, but it's actually working. You will not know it is working until you start to check, until you start to review your progress regularly. Regularly might not be every day, regularly might be every week, every month, every after 2 days. Check your progress. Know what you are doing. Know if you are on the right path. Most of the times I hear people saying, don't change the plans, don't change the goals. Uh, um, don't change the goals, change the plans, something like that. And I agree to it because like if I want to do this in 5 months, and 5 months is approaching, and I know I can do this. I don't have to change what I want to do. I can readjust. Okay, I can do this in 5 months. And somebody might say, "But oh, you said you should be you should set a realistic goal." We don't have monopoly over things that will happen. So don't beat yourself. Don't pressure yourself when it's natural disaster. Maybe you feel sick. Why you want to do these things? Maybe you lost your job. You lost everything. Does that mean that you should stop your goals? You should change your whole perspective of your life? No. Just change the direction. Okay, I wanted to do this in 5 months. But now let me go back to my drawing board. I can do this in 1 year. I can do this in 2 years. I can do this in 3 years. That's why I said earlier, you have to be mentally and physically ready when you are setting your goals. You just don't wake up and set goals. Know that you are mentally ready, you are physically ready for anything that will come. Though you don't have control over everything that will come. In setting goals to be productive, you have to learn to say no. I heard someone saying you have to be mean with the time. You have to be mean with your resources in order to achieve your goals, in order to be productive. There is no There is no, I stand to be corrected, right? You cannot want to go forward in life and always accepting people and always doing things for people and forgetting yourself. In order to be productive, in order to go forward in life, learn to say no. It doesn't make you a bad person. It just makes you know that you prioritize yourself enough. You you have plans, you have goals to achieve. To achieve, sorry. So decline requests that don't align with your priorities to protect your time and focus. Why if I plan that this month I want to do this thing, right? I'm so focused on doing this in this month with my resources, financial resource. And someone come up to me and say, "Oh, Anna, please help me with this." I already know what that money was intended for or what it's intended for. And I take the money and say, so because I don't know how to say no, let me give it. I don't want this person to feel like I'm mean. I don't want this person to feel like I'm selfish. So let me give it. What you have done, you have prolonged the time you have to achieve that goal you have set because you don't know how to say no. So to be productive, you have to say no. To achieve productivity, you need to learn how to say no, especially when it does not align with anything. Learn to say no. Write goals down. Most of us will just say it and say, "Oh, okay, tomorrow I want to do this thing. After tomorrow I want to do this thing." But am I really writing them down? Because you don't forget. You don't definitely forget. Learn to write your goals down, right? I guess you're following. This is Star Blast TV, and I'm Anna McGill. This is the program. Let's talking about setting goals, talking about being productivity. What are the strategies in being productive or for productivity? What are the strategies? And we've been discussing. Right after the short break, I come back to go deep into our topic on our discussion. Don't go away. Welcome back. I hope you're having yourself a jolly good time on this lovely, lovely Wednesday. And you've been following. I guess you've been following. Discussing setting goals, using the SMART method to set your goal. Be specific, be measurable. Let your goals be measurable. Let your goal be achievable. Let your goal be realistic. Let your goal be relevant. Let your goals have time bound. We also talk about strategies in being productive, strategies for productivity. Learn to say no, have a time block, break your goals down into smaller ones, and write down your goals. Most of us we don't. You know, I didn't think that I have achieved some of the things I wanted to achieve. So I I saw a paper that I wrote long time of all the things I wanted to do. And when I look at them and look at reality, I knew that some of them I have accomplished them. But I didn't see it because I didn't intentionally wrote them down or I forgot that I actually wrote them down. So when you write your goals down, always check in, you know that it's serious. It's something that you have to do. So learn to write your goals. All of these things I'm saying is not something that is easily done, but it's also easily done. It's just the mind. Having the mind to achieve, having the mind to be productive, having the mind to grow in life. Lack of productivity comes with lack of growth. When you don't want to be productive, when you lack being productive, you lack growth. You always see yourself on the same level. You always see yourself in the same space because you lack being productive. Because not because there's a problem. Africans, we say, oh, maybe witchcraft, witchcraft, witchcraft. Yeah, witchcraft do exist. But people that are progressing in life, who told you they don't have witches behind them? They do. But because they have set their goals, they have set their life. Somebody, you can hear people talking, oh, I plan my life this way. Not all of the times the way you plan will go. But if you really writing things down or you really wrote things down, look at 5, 6 years, 7 years ago, the things that you thought on, the things that you wrote down, and try to retrospect. Try to see if it might not be all, but you have accomplished one or two. So, in as much as life is unpredictable, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't set a goal. It doesn't mean that I shouldn't set a goal. It don't mean that you shouldn't set a goal. Be specific. Don't be all around the place. Don't always do things that people do. Do things that you want to do. Do things that align with your belief, with your values. Things that you are capable of doing with your capabilities. Things that align with your capability, your capacity. There is no way I'm gonna set a goal tomorrow that today is it tomorrow by okay. Where from where to where? That's not being realistic enough. That's not magic. Miracles will happen. Miracle happens while you setting goals for tomorrow. I can tell you tomorrow travel. Where and how? Especially maybe a miracle. Maybe I can tell you tomorrow travel Ghana. And somebody will just say, oh, since you have a passport, let's go Ghana tomorrow. It can happen. But setting a realistic goal helps you. Not following the crowd. And this is why most of us are not productive enough, because we follow the crowd. We follow things, we follow trends. And we forget to know that we have not really planned well. You set goals in order to plan, in order to lead you. It leads you. It protects you. Because you know that you have a backup. You have something you can go back to. You have your drawing board. Like I said, it's not something that is easy, but it's also easy when you want to do it. Everything on this earth is easy when you want to do it. A focused mind is never distracted. Determination, persistency is key to in doing anything in life. To be productive, you have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. There are times like it won't go the way you imagined, the way you planned. But how consistent are you? How persistent you are makes you to be productive. Makes you to do things that wouldn't even take your whole life. In order to be productive, you don't have to be afraid to fail. You have to learn to fail. Failure is not a taboo. If you make failure a taboo, you will not grow in life. Because for every time you fail, you learned, you relearned, you re-examine yourself. There's a thin line, or there's a whole lot of difference between mistakes and failure. There are times you do everything right, and yet and still you still fail. And again, it's not even bad to make a mistake. It's bad to keep making one mistake over and over. Because let's say if you take pen and choke it in your eyes, tomorrow you take the same pen and you say you're making mistake to it, you get in your eyes. Say after tomorrow, is that a mistake? No. But maybe when you have set all of your goals, they are not achievable, even though you went through the smart methods, but yet and still it wasn't achievable. You didn't get the outcome you needed or you wanted. But does it stop you from still doing them? No. So it's good to fail. But what is not good, what is not okay, is to remain a failure. It's now learning by the things that you did that got you to the position that you have to fail. Failure is a stepping stone to success if you want to be successful. We can do it. We can definitely do it. We can all make our life better. We can all make life be a better place for all of us. A winner never quits and a quitter never wins. The road to success is narrow. The road to success is slippery, but just one step. The first step. Everything you want to achieve, it takes one step. Let's say you want to be a graduate. What's the first step? If you want to be an accountant, if you want to be a journalist, what's the first step? The first step is by going to school. But in you going to school, you should set a goal. Okay, university is 4 years, maximum 4 years. If you see 4 years, probably because of financial support, because of time. But I have planned myself. I want to graduate in the next 4 years. What can I do? That's why I say setting goals, ask question. What can I do? What I needed to be done? What are the things that I need to do to achieve me having a bachelor's in the next 4 years? Ask yourself, okay, I have to go to school regularly. I have to score good grades. I have to carry this certain amount of credits in order to graduate within the 4 years. If you have set all of these things in place, why won't you graduate in the 4 years? Unless natural disaster. Maybe the people close. Like during Corona time, though they closed, but university were still having classes online. But what if something happened? Yeah, it happened. But you still go back to, okay, this thing happened. I'm still on this path. When you want to be productive, you are not easily shaken. No. Not small thing happened. Oh, I wish I never did this. I wish I never did this. When you want to be productive, you are not easily shaken. You see successful people today, successful people that went through tons and tons of things, they were never shaken. The people you look at as inspiration, the people that inspired you, the people that motivate you, it didn't come on a silver platter. Some came, some don't. Even if you were born with a silver spoon, it takes you having your the mind of being productive to still maintain the silver spoon you were born with. We have people that were born rich, but now they are not rich. It's because they didn't set their lives, they didn't set goals. Your goals don't have to be like the other person. Your goal does not have to be big enough like the other person. You can set a goal for the next 2 months. You can set a goal for the next 1 month. Plan. You know that whatsoever that will come, that plan will not be shaken because you want to achieve something from there. You want to be productive enough. But some of us, we put our hands into things without having plans, without thinking, what if? What are the things to be done? Because people are doing it, so you want to do it. Do research. Sit with people. Analyze what are the things you want to do. Write them down. Set your goals. Use the SMART method. Be specific. Well, I want to build a house. I want to buy a car. When? Be time conscious. When? Don't say tomorrow because you know it's not possible. That's why in the SMART method they talk about realistic. Be real with yourself. It's not possible for me to achieve this thing tomorrow, but it's possible when I work to achieve this thing in the next 5 months. And definitely you can do this. So this is how I like to call your day. Yeah, this is how I like to call your day on this lovely, lovely Wednesday. Today is the 22nd of October. If you're celebrating your birthday on today, I like to say happy, happy birthday to you. If you yet to celebrate your birthday, happy pre-birthday to you. If you have already celebrated, happy belated birthday to you. If you lost someone so dearest to your heart, never mind, in our own Liberian way. Whatsoever you are doing, know that you are a winner. A winner never quits, and a quitter never wins. Happy Ladies' Day, Ladies' Night to all of the beautiful ladies. And what's up? If you just come into Liberia, welcome to the sweet land of liberty. Whatsoever you are doing, know that I got you, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful for being here. This is what it is all about: imparting knowledge, giving hope to the hopeless, renewing strength, and together we make life be a better place. I'm Anna Jara McGill. This is Star Plus TV. We are here for everyone who bring you program of information, education, entertainment, and wide spiritual guidance. See you next Wednesday. Bye bye from my end.